Let's fix mistakes I made in my DIY kitchen reno. So first up, I painted my outlets to match the walls, which honestly looked really good in photos. But as many people pointed out, is potentially a fire hazard. If any of that paint or Roman clay gets inside the outlets itself, it can spark a fire. So I decided to replace them with some outlets I found that are technically brown, but actually look purple to me, which was kind of perfect for my kitchen. So I replaced all of the outlets with these new purple ones, but don't worry, the other ones aren't going to waste. I did strip the paint off them and they can be reused later. The next mistake I made was building my own cutting board out of these scraps from my cabinets. And while this was a great idea, it just ended up being too thin, and also I stained it, which I didn't realize beforehand that you weren't supposed to do. And even though my stain is non-toxic, I decided to just be rather safe than sorry and start over by making a walnut chopping block that's going to end up being the color I want instead. And while this was more expensive and way more labor intensive and some mistakes were made along the way, I did manage to salvage it, and I'm really happy with the end results, and it cuts perfectly. Sadly, it does not protect me from onion fumes. And finally, as the seasons changed and my old house shifted, it exposed a drywall crack in the kitchen, which I had to fill up with caulk and then disguise with more Roman clay. It was a bit messy and I had to get a little crafty to reach up really high, but I don't think you'd be able to spot this unless you know what you're looking for. And this is all just a reminder that you can absolutely make mistakes and still end up with a beautiful project at the end. You don't have to be perfect to be a DIYer. And in fact, it's kind of a superpower to know how to fix mistakes as you make them or as other people make them in your home.